many as you can, and then if you need to, you can drop to your knees. Let me see what you. Okay, I hope it's being recorded. How can I tell? Okay. I think we're good to go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Michael Ann Dillinger, and I am coming to you from Hernando, Mississippi. We have got quite a few people on tonight from all across the country, and we have a lot of really good and exciting speakers. We have a lot of leaders on. I know Dawn Holloway is joining us tonight, and she's got some people from her team on here. And we have a lot of exciting speakers coming up. So what we're going to do is, if you're just getting on, go ahead and mute yourself. You can ask questions in the chat box, and when the call is over at 9:30, I'll stay on and we can continue to chat. But the call, the recorded part will only be an hour. And, just make sure that if you have any questions, you pop them in the chat box, and then we'll go over all that afterward. But I did want to introduce somebody really special. She's going to be our first speaker tonight. I've known Betty Hughes for over 19 years. That's a really long time to know somebody, but she's just very kind and very encouraging. She's just such a classy lady, and she's really fun to be around. If y'all haven't spent a lot of time with her, she's just super, super fun to be around. And one of the really neat things about our new company, TruAura, is we get to choose where we go. We get to choose what family we're in and who we want to be with. And there's just no one else in the world that I wanted to be with other than the people that I've been with for 19 years, and that's Betty Steward and Betty Hughes. And those two ladies have been a great example to me, and they've taught me a lot. If questions about something, or what do you think about somebody, they're my go-to people. And I can't tell you how many times I picked up the phone and called Betty Steward and said, what do you think of this? Or called Betty Hughes, and she's always good about calling and encouraging me. But I've just learned so much from them, and I'm just really excited to kind of have that part of my world back together. And anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you, Miss Betty, and if you'll just welcome everybody on the call.
Thanks, Michael Ann. That was so sweet. Well, welcome to everybody that's on this call, or if you're listening in from somewhere or the recording. We just want to welcome you to this call. But most of all, we would like to welcome you into our family. You are in a family of loving, caring, and giving people. And tonight you're going to know why I can say that. As you are listening to some of these speakers, it's going to be teaching you several aspects of this business. And I found a long time ago, you don't have anything until you give it away. So this is kind of like our opportunity, our knowledge, our support, our caring toward other people. And whenever you give that to others, then they can pass it on. So nothing comes from people that's trying to hold it all on for themselves. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited about this TruAura. As Michael Ann said, we can choose and pick and do and go where we want to go. So I just feel very honored that you have all chosen to be where you are. Again, as you listen to these women tonight, our team is made up of such great examples, such great knowledge. Some of these women have been in here. Some of us women has been in here for over 44, 45 years. So, this is all new to us too, but gosh, I didn't know I was going to have to learn so much, but it's so exciting to know there's so much new stuff out there. And yes, I'm having to reach out for help as well, because it's all new to all of us. So I just want you to know that you are always welcome to contact me, your upline leaders, everybody. I think that we're willing to share and give. So as you learn, just know that you are in a great place. You've got a great opportunity. And if you're listening to this call tonight and you're not a member already, don't hesitate to call, because you're going to find out it's very important to call and get on the team before the 19th. So just thank you for being on this call tonight. Michael Ann, thank you for doing such a great job. And thanks all of you ladies. We're just growing by leaps and bounds, and it's all because all of you are out there sharing and bringing and giving your opportunity away. So thank you so much. I'm going to turn it over to Michael Ann, and I love you all, and have a great rest of February.
All right, thank you, Miss Betty. And our next speaker tonight is Pam Riley, and she's going to be sharing some information with us on product knowledge.
Thanks, Michael Ann. First and foremost, I'm very excited because I have been using prebiotics and probiotics for my gut for probably close to a year now because I had a lot of digestive issues, but I just want to let you know it works so well for my immune system, and I can also see a glow in my skin just from using it just for the gut. So if it does that much for the gut, that makes me even more excited for my skin. And when I see people, I tell them, our company uses probiotics and prebiotics. Do you use probiotics or prebiotics? And they answer me, and then I tell them, this is what our skincare is about. It's going to help your skin as far as the microbiome. I did a little more reading on that. That actually is something that we want as a healthy bacteria on our skin, so our skin can combat the immune system and also look and feel glowing. And as I was reading some of this information, and there's pictures that Michael Ann has put on the screen, that the last picture, I don't know if you've put them all on or just one at a time, but I think it's very important that we start talking about prebiotics and probiotics because everyone really knows what they're about if they're into natural at all. I like the picture that Glamour and Lure has already talked about prebiotics and probiotics, and it's the way to go. I guess what TruAura is bringing out for me is pulling these prebiotics and probiotics together with repair products. That's even more exciting to me without chemicals. Because as you read some of the information that Gary has out on his blog, he talks about some of the terrible chemicals that we're putting on our skin and making it irritated, and the microbiome isn't able to flow on our skin, such as harsh chemicals of any kind. I mean, you know, formerly we've had some products that got some bad chemicals in. Well, this does not have. And I'm not going to go into whole detail about all the products because you can look on the site and you can actually do product knowledge now under your own website if you are a consultant. And even if you're not, you can log in to anybody's and you can look at the ingredients information on every one of those products. But I guess I just want to share my excitement because I'm excited about the product. And when you talk to people yourself, you just need to ask them, hey, do you use probiotics, prebiotics? Our company is about that. And they're going to jump on the bandwagon because they want what's best for the skin to make it feel good, help the immune system look good, and not age. And I think we all want that. I'm going to kind of end. I don't want to take up a whole bunch of information, but if you look on Gary's blog, it's going to talk about all the vitamins it's rich in, and as we eat healthy, it's also going to help the skin through the microbiome because of the bacteria that's working together on the skin. It's good bacteria. So it's going to clear up acne, it's going to clear up rosacea, it's going to clear up inflammation, and I'm just so excited about all that too. So I'm going to leave it at that in my plan because there's a lot of information they can get online too.
Right. And I love the words that, you know, when you ask them, do you use a prebiotic or probiotic? That's a great opening. That's a great way to start the conversation. And you know, there was a really good video it's the YouTube video. If you just go to YouTube and put in TruAura webinar. It's a little lengthy. It's about an hour and a half, but there is some really good information on that webinar. I know I listened to it 3 times. I need to go back and listen to it again because it's just jam-packed full with good information. And if you don't have an hour and a half to sit and watch it, just a little tip, you can always put earbuds in and put it on. You don't actually have to be watching. You can listen to it and pick it up, especially if you're an auditory learner. But you can put the earbuds in while you're driving or doing housework or whatever, and you can listen to that good information. So I know we're going to have some more product training coming, but that one is a really good one to kind of explain. And there's also a lot of good books out there about probiotics. And honestly, I had never heard the word microbiome before Rick and Gary did that video. So we're all learning a lot, but the more we learn, the more exciting it is, because it's just so advanced technologically. So thank you for sharing that with us. Does anybody have a question about that? We're doing good on time. So if anybody has a quick question for Pam before we move on. Okay.
I do want to read, I'm going to read one sentence. Does somebody have a question?
No, go ahead.
It's off of his blog. It says the World Health talks about the benefits of probiotics for the skin and how it has potential to heal acne, rosacea, eczema, and more. And also it says the author also writes about how probiotics strengthens the skin barrier to prevent and heal sun damage. And that's exciting because skin cancer is caused by the sun. A lot of it is anyway. And the other thing I do want to talk to you, Nate Sung did talk to me. His wife, he said, has been using the products. I talked to him in December, and he said he was so excited. His wife has never been able to use any kind of product. And this she has been using for, he said, a month and a half, and it has cleared up everything. He says she even went to the, I think it's the Dead Sea. She'd been traveling all over trying to find the best products for her skin. So that's a testimony in itself. And if everyone knows Rick Heath, if you couldn't tell that his skin looks different, I mean, we're all specialists in skin. And when I looked at his skin, I couldn't believe the difference it looked and how great it looked. And I'm not going to use no more of your time.
No, you're good. You're good. It is very exciting, and I can't wait to see everybody's before and after pictures. I wonder if Nate's wife would be willing to share those with us. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that would be good to ask.
Okay, our next speaker is in Gilbert, Arizona, which is in the Phoenix area, and Laurie Sang is going to talk to us a little bit about booking. We're going to need to get bookings on our calendar so that we can share this product with people. So Laurie, go ahead and give us some tips on that.
Okay, guys, welcome. Thanks for being on the call tonight. We have an amazing opportunity right before us because we have a phenomenal product that is different than anything else out on the market, and no one's heard of it. And so this is your opportunity to get in front of as many people as possible. So they're going to start shipping our products here pretty soon. So my suggestion is to get as many bookings on your calendar now. And it's going to be so easy because for those that have been in, the other company in the past, or if you were with some other skincare company and you're now switching to TruAura, whatever the case may be, your easiest audience is going to be the people that you sold to before. So you can reach out to them, tell them that you found a great new company, a great new product, and you would like to come and show them and just, get their opinion on it. And that is just a super, super easy way to get in front of people. You could easily book, so many, and it won't take a lot of time because, we're starting with 7, key products here. So it's not like you're going to have, 500 products to show someone. So you're going to show them the basics. And that is actually where everyone should start, is the basics, your basic skincare. And so, reaching out to your past customers is going to be great. Past team members that maybe didn't join your team this time around, but are interested in the products. So that's going to be one of your first avenues there. Next would be people that you've never talked to. So look at your Frank list. We always talk about your Frank list. Who have you not talked to about skincare? And, those people that you were too afraid to talk to in the past, now is a perfect, you have a perfect excuse. Hey, we have this brand new product, something that you've never heard of before, because I'm going to guarantee that anyone you talk to, unless they're in TruAura, they've never heard of it. So you have an opportunity right there to reach out to all those people that you were maybe too scared to talk to before, or just never had the opportunity to. They were on your list, but you just never got around to it. So that's going to be your second avenue. So the people that, you're on your frank list that you just never got around to. And then third, which is going to be great. I've always been, I was with our other company for 10 years, huge on vendor events. That's where I had so much fun because you can network with other people. You got to promote the product. So you're not going to have any problems getting into vendor events. And right now is here in Arizona anyways, is one of our peak times because it's so nice outside. I know places that are colder, you're probably not doing any outside vendor events right now, but as it warms up, you will be. You're going to be able to find vendor events every single weekend. And that's a great place to set up. I like to keep my vendor event cost low. I know it varies from, state to state, but I don't put a whole lot of, money into reserving my spot at a vendor event. But it's a great way to, set up a booth, and as people walk by, hey, have you heard of TruAura? And everyone's going to say no. And then you can invite them in, talk about the products. I like having some little catch, like a spinning wheel. You can get spinning wheels off of Amazon, or just, Google spinning wheels, and there's different places that, sell them, and have them spin a wheel to win a prize if they book a spa with you right then and there. So you can, it can be something little, and I do little prizes. I don't put a lot of money into it. You can go to the dollar store, get, cute little fuzzy socks or headbands, fun things like that, spin the wheel, and whatever prize you win, I'll bring to you at your spa. So it's kind of like a hook to book. So, they get to spin and win a prize if they book right then and there. And we've had such great success in the past with that. So I highly suggest vendor events. If you don't have like a warm market to go to, a lot of people, don't know a lot of people, or if you were never in the company before, you don't really know how to do any, say cold calling type stuff, because that's what I love at vendor events. They are coming to you. They are signing up for a spa. So it's not like you're hunting them down. The number one key though is to get all their contact on the calendar right then and there. You want their address, their phone number, their email, what time you're going to be there, and set it up. And then you want to keep in contact. So once you get these people scheduled, whether it's, past clients, past team members, people on your frank list, people you meet at vendor events, you want to be in communication with them. So say a guy schedule a spa 3 weeks from now. I will call the person within 48 hours of scheduling just to confirm that they're still good with that date and time, and if we need to adjust anything. And I make it very clear to them. I have 2 young children, and one of them is very medically complex. So we have to really plan our scheduling and childcare and everything around this. So I tell them, please let me know if you need to change the date and time. That's totally fine, because I need to make childcare arrangements. So, tell them why, because you want to take this serious. This is a business. And so you want them to respect your time as well. So I will call them 48 hours after we book just to confirm that. And then I'll call them about a week later. So say it's 3 weeks out. So I'll call them a week later, just ask them, how it's going on inviting people. Are they excited? What do they expect out of it? And then I'll call them the day before just to get a final guest count, make sure I have enough, supplies for everyone. And starting out, if you are brand new to TruAura and you did not do skincare or anything before, you can start really simple. You're going to need some washcloths that you can get. I have found the best washcloths for, doing this a lot. Walmart and Ross sell really good washcloths for pretty cheap. And then you don't need a whole lot of stuff because we don't have a whole lot of products to demo. So you're going to keep it very simple. You should be able to, go in and out with one bag. You might want some mirrors, so people can see what they're doing on their face. And then I'm sure as we get going, we'll have set sheets and order forms and stuff like that that you can print out or that will be available to you. So you'll want that kind of stuff, but you want to keep it simple. I think that's the big thing is people try to overcomplicate things, and then it's kind of scary, and they, I can't do this. I keep it simple. Even with our old company, and we had, how many products? We ended up with like 700 products or something. It was a lot.
I think it was over 400 though, when you count all of the different colors of every foundation.
Right. Okay. It was a lot. So even with all of those products, I could go in to a spa with one bag. One bag is all I needed. I kept it very simple. And so this is going to be a great way to kind of ease your way into it if you're someone brand new or you're someone not super familiar with doing spas, because it's not going to be so overwhelming. You have 7 products. There's tons of product training that we have that you can read through and watch the webinars. So this is a great opportunity because you're at a ground floor company. It's going to be so easy to talk to people about it because they've never heard about it. Before, occasionally people would have heard of our company, but that's what's great about this one. No one's heard of it. So, get those bookings on your calendar, even if it's just a one-on-one. You go over to your sister's house, your neighbor's house, anything like that, just to have them try the products. And you can make it super casual. Something that I would use is like, you know what, hey, I got these new skincare products, I'm trying them out, I want to get your opinion on them too, and can I come over on Saturday at 2 and show them to you? And that's an easy, non-threatening way to get someone in front of you. And then when they say yes, to say, you know what, invite your neighbor, invite your sister, have them invite someone too. And you can turn, just a one-on-one into like 3 or 4 people. So those 4 ways are going to be great. I think we have a fabulous opportunity in front of us. And then you have some great leaders on this team that have been doing spas for years. Reach out to them. Do the buddy system. If you're not, familiar with spas, team up with someone who has and go watch a couple of their spas. See how easy and how simple it is. And then you're going to turn it into your own. Not everyone is going to do the same thing, which is great. This is your business. You can do it how you want. And that's what I love. So if you want to just keep it super simple, you can. I know some people want to incorporate some of our past products like makeup and stuff like that. You can do however you want. That's what's the great thing about it. I'm focusing just on TruAura and converting all those clients I had from before. I said I've been doing this for 10 years, so I have a huge clientele that I can reach out to, and I've kept all my order forms from everyone who's ordered from me in the past, and I'm just slowly reaching out to them and setting up dates, schedule an hour block with them to go and just show them these new products. And I have a feeling that they're going to fall in love with them. And then while you're there, if they invited your sister or, their neighbor or someone, ask them, hey, do you have a few friends that you think would love to, try these products as well? And you can get bookings that way. Getting bookings from your spas that you're doing is the easiest way to keep your calendar full. Because if you can book 1 to 2 spas at every spa you do, you'll always have a full calendar. Once you run out, or if you're not doing that, that's where vendor events come in handy, or lead boxes. We've done that too. That's actually how I built my business with the old company. Is we would make these pretty little boxes. They'd say enter to win a spa and have little enter to win forms. And we would go put them out at places, at nail salons, at massage parlors, places where women are going and spending money. So you don't want to go put them, ask Home Depot, because you're probably not going to get like a good, female client out there that you're really going to want to be going doing spas for. But where women are already spending money on themselves, hair salons are great, nail salons are great. Even like the Curves gyms, or like, the women's gyms, if you have those in your area, you just walk in with your cute little box in your enter to win forms and say, hey, my company is doing this great promotion this month where we are giving away some free spa sessions. And I think your clients would love this. Would you care if I left it here on the counter for a week and y'all come back next Saturday and pick it up? Most of the time, they're going to tell you yes. I mean, occasionally you'll get someone, oh, I need to check with the manager, or I need to check with corporate. And that's fine. You can just follow up with them. But so many times, people will say, sure, put it here, and then go back in a week and check your box and pull out all your leads and then call all those people. So there's so many different opportunities we have here to get the bookings on your calendar. So just get them on your calendar, and then you can worry about the logistics later. So the bookings booking is, the hardest part. So get them on your calendar, and then you can work with your upline if you're scared or you don't know what to do. We're all going to be in the same boat. We're starting out with brand new products. We're going to have to learn things. So it's okay if you take cheat sheets with you, tell you about each product. And people are going to understand that. They're going to understand this is brand new, and they're going to be excited to learn with you. So those are my tips on get your calendar full.
A lot of good stuff there. Before we move on, I did want to ask if you've joined us since we made the announcement. If you would, please make sure you mute yourself. And if you have a question, you can definitely unmute yourself. We're going to have some question and answer at the end. So if you're not sure how to do that, you can just roll your mouse by the little bar that has I don't know what it says on y'all's, but there's a place where you can actually go in and mute. So that'd be great if you guys could do that. But one of the things I'd never heard, Laurie, is asking people, have you ever heard of TruAura? Well, I mean, that's awesome. That's just genius, because 99.9% of the people out there are going to have to say no, and then that's going to give us an opportunity. So a lot of really good stuff. A lot of great ideas that you were able to share with us. Another thing is you talked about people that did buy from us and then people that didn't, the people we never got around to. And most of the time, the people we never got around to, probably because we were a little intimidated or for some reason we didn't want to approach them. And one thing that Betty Steward taught me that works really, really well is to apologize to them. Call them up and if Laurie's the person that I never contacted, call her up and say, hey, Laurie, I am so sorry. I have never contacted you before about skincare. And that's totally my fault that I've never reached out to you. But this is just a great opportunity because. And so sometimes if you'll just start off with an apology, then it puts people at ease and it kind of breaks the ice. So anyway, lots of great information. Our next speaker is Jonya Davis, and she's coming to us from Russellville, Arkansas. And Jonya's got, she's got something that she's not even going to be able to cover all of hers tonight. She's going to kind of give you some tidbits and just kind of get your interest up. She's going to post the sheet that we're going to show in a minute. And Jonya is also going to do an expanded video that we're going to post later because she just has a lot of information on hers. Okay, Jonya.
Hi, welcome from Arkansas. And I'm so thankful for our team to get to be a part of the Dillinger family. And I'm looking forward to the journey that we're going to have with TruAura. Now, I cannot take credit for this, the worksheet that you're going to say. I have been in beauty control for 26 years in March. And one of the greatest gifts that God has given me is the friendships that we've had. And Michael Ann and I were in director's training together, and Karen Eccles and Sarah Lynn, and Dawn and I have gone to lots of retreats together. So friendship is a gift. And this came from Karen Eccles. And when Michael Ann and I were talking, we wanted to talk a little bit about the when you join TruAura, we have some choices. So I wanted to tell you about the choices and how the TruAura loyalty clients can help us for those of us that want to make a little money. Now, some of you may be on here tonight and you really don't know for sure where you fit into this. You kind of may be like me. This is a doll, and this little doll says about coffee. And I remember the first time I went to Starbucks and I could not even order a cup of coffee because all I knew was, is it going to be small or medium or large? And what do? Tall, grande, venti. I just felt lost. And that may be how you feel tonight, but I want you to know that we're here to help you find your way. And so you're going to sign up with and be a part of TruAura Beauty by being either a consultant or a TLC. And so the difference would be a consultant is going to be some of us that we not only want to use the products, but we want to make a little bit of money, and sometimes we want to make a lot of money. And so one of the ways we can do this is by enrolling our TLCs. And I love that they put TLC because it is, to me, tender loving care. How many of you had some clients that you were just so thankful that every 4 to 5 months they would reorder because that's how long our skincare lasted, but they were loyal to you. And that's what this TLC is. If you've got some clients and they're going to be so excited because they're going to be able to have that product delivered every 60 to 90 days, and they're not going to have to wait on me maybe being late or maybe not quite getting that to them. And so they're going to get to be, we're going to get to give them TLC, and it's going to be through, still we can treat them special because they're TLC clients, and they're going to help us make some money. So if you want to show the workshop, the worksheet,
Okay.
Michael Ann, and she is just absolutely wonderful. And then we can get these where they can print them out. So if you'll start at the top of this, you see the core skincare set, and then at the right you see the treatment. And you can even chat. Tell me how much the core skincare set is as a whole. What's the price of those 4 products? And somebody can just put that on there for me. And then what's the price of the treatment products? All right, well, what we want to focus on is tonight the core skincare, because if you look at these 2 boxes, then when you're TLC, you've signed up to be a consultant, let's say, and you want some TLC customers and clients. That means that you want some people. That means they're people that they want product for themselves. They really don't share it with anybody, but they like that discount. They want to have the products and have a little special treatment. So those are going to be your TLC clients. Now you may have some clients and they say, ooh, I really want to make a little bit of money and I want to share. I've got somebody at work that buys from me, and I've got somebody I've got a sister that does, or a sister-in-law, and they're going to want to be consultants because they want to make a little bit of extra money. So do you see the difference in those 2? So if you look and see, let's go back over here to the blue box, and this says our personal sale bonus. As a consultant, you are going to look at 3 things to make money. Your personal orders, the ones that we're going to make, and then the ones that you may have some customers that they don't want to be a TLC because maybe they don't want that doorstep delivery. How many of you love the doorstep delivery? Yay. And I'm going to encourage you all to not use auto shipment, but use the flexible doorstep delivery, because they have a choice. They can get those 4 products every 60 days, or they can push it back to every 90 days. And it's easy to do. It's not a hassle. And so they have a choice there. Not only will they have a choice of, they'll get their 4 skincare sets, but then they're going to add on. And this is how, when we do our other Zoom and we kind of go through this a little more detailed, you're going to see how your personal volume, that's how you're going to make money. As a consultant, look, when you order anything as a consultant, you're going to get 20% discount. And then your discount gets higher when your personal volume goes up. So $300, you're going to get 10% discount. You see the increments, it's $300, $800, $55, $25. So you're going to make money when you're going to want to say, I want $300 every month as personal volume, but that doesn't have to be just you. That can be your TLC group. That can be your clients that maybe they still want you to bring the products to you. So here's the 20% that we get. But see, the TLCs, when they're going to get 15% off of their products. Well, how many of you that had loyal clients, when they would order from you regularly, you gave them a little bit of a discount? You gave them 15% or 20% off, where you're giving them a little discount because they're going to be your loyal clients. So then the power of this is, let's do the math, and you can fill this in. I'll let you fill it in just so you see the difference. Let's say that we had 3 TLC customers and they bought 3 of these, 3 customers purchased the set. If they did that, it was 100, it was 400. Let me see it. I just stretched the tape off. Let me see, 3 times, it's going to cost them, it's $426. It's going to be, when they order it, it's going to be $426 if it was 3. So 3 times 142 is $426. And then the profit is going to be $63.90 because they're going to get a 15% discount. Okay? So then go down to 6 at 142, and 6 times 142 is 852. Well, then you get a 20% discount. Off of that, it's 170.40. So you see how when you get several TLC customers, they're going to be ordering regularly. And so that's how you're going to have some guaranteed income, because every 60 or 90 days, you're going to have some income coming from those TLC customers and clients. So that's just a little bit of insight into how we can make a little bit more money with the TLCs and how special they can be to us. Okay, do y'all have any questions about that? Don't want to go over our time.
One good thing about it is the more TLC people you have, of course, the higher personal volume, and the higher the personal volume, the more commission. So that's,
yes.
That's
so when you look up at that personal volume, you're going to do your order and somebody else's that maybe is not a TLC, and that's how you get up to the 50% discount, which some of us are used to getting, yes? Mm-hmm. And so that's how this all works. So I'm excited about it, and I think the best thing that we can do is just keep it simple, and just don't try to eat that elephant all at once, and just share and get 1, 2, 3. Let your goal be 3 TLCs, and focus on that $300 personal volume, and then just continue to graduate and let people see the difference in their face and then what they want to do with it. They can become a consultant or they can be a TLC. Thank y'all. Thanks, Michael Ann.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, and our next speaker tonight is Betty Steward, and she always has so many good ideas. And she's just somebody that, if you kind of need to start from scratch, she can tell you lots of ways to work the business, because she's worked the business in all walks of life, from being a mom with small children at home to working a full-time job to, working just through every stage of life. And she's just got so many different things that she's done that's worked for her over the years. And so she's going to just share a couple of those with us tonight.
Well, hello, everyone. Finally, it's getting warmer up here in Baldwin, so people are beginning to move around, and that's good news for me. I know it is for you too, where you are. I'm glad that Jonya talked about that elephant right there at the end, about that elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. And what I thought I would do, actually, is share with you a few things that I have found to be very, very, very essential in order to, you've got your plan made, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Laurie gave us a lot of good tips on some activities. We know what to do. Rick has told us we've got to, this business is like all businesses, we've got to find customers, and we've got to keep customers. We've got to find consultants and keep them. And so we know what to do. But the thing we have to do before we can get to doing all that is take care of the elephant. And I was staring at my sheet today trying to figure out, well, what exactly would I want to share that would make be a benefit to everybody. And I got to thinking about how nothing happens until we do these few things. And because I was looking at my empty calendar, I came up with thinking, well, I'll just use the beginning letter of each day of the week and come up with a word for that day. For example, I came up with my Sunday word, which is the first day of the week. You know that the Lord has already called us to be a servant and to serve. So work on these things in your mind and know that by the time I get to Saturday, I'll have some ideas for you there. But I just really do think that these beginning things we have to get in our mind so we can be able to. The elephant is the telephone that makes you pick it up and call somebody, or that initial thing that, you know, we have these cold feet thinking, oh, well, I'm afraid that I may be imposing on her, or we got to get around all of that. So these words will help you do that. Number one, know that the Lord has called us to be servants of other people. And that's, you know, whenever you can be a better servant when you realize that there are people out there that need us. And there are women everywhere that need us. If we were to make a list of all the ways that we know that women need, what kind of things do women need? What are they looking for? Well, women are they're no different than we are. They're looking for friends. They're looking for a way to feel better about themselves. They're looking to be encouraged. They want to feel needed. They want to feel appreciated. And when I say they, I'm including myself, and I should be saying we. And women want to feel a part of a group. Like, I'm just feeling so good that all these women on the call we're all in the same group. We're on the same team. We're in the same family. Doesn't that feel good? Well, all these women out there, just know that they are just waiting for us. This is what we want to program our minds to know, that these women are just waiting on us to step up and serve them. So that's my Sunday word is serve. Just know that God has called us to serve. My Monday word is mindset. And wrap your brain around knowing what that word servant means. And that means that we really do care about these women that need us. And they're just waiting for us to encourage them, to be their friend. And we have all kinds of ways. Laurie gave us many ways that we can approach them. And we know that they want to feel appreciated. We have ways to help them feel appreciated. And just knowing that we have to get our mind wrapped around the fact that, no, they are not looking at us like we are imposing on them. They are looking at us like we are here to fill a need that I have. That's what that woman is feeling. When we program in our mind that these women need us, they're looking for a solution, they're looking to us to fill that need, then we can just move right on through and make what we have on our list happen. Because I thought about this Tuesday word, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, are we not ever in a wonderful time, my Tuesday word, timing, we are in the right place at the right time, and we know those women out there are needing us, and they're waiting, and we need to understand that TruAura is a new beginning for all of us. We're on a new train that we just got on together, and we are going to do our best to help Rick make his business be a success, because his business, our business is his business. My business is your business. Your business is very, very important to all of our team. And so we want to work together and know that we are in the right place at the right time. And the question is that we need to ask ourselves is, are we ready? Are we ready to work? And that's our Wednesday word, work. Work to make some things happen. We can make our list be really neat and nice and know that we've got everything on there. We've punched out exactly how many clients we want to gain. We know exactly how many parties, clinics, both, what are we going to call these things we're going to be having, y'all? By the way, that's my question, Michael, and I forgot. What are they? They classes, they clinics, they parties. Let's come up with something that they are. But we know we got to have them, whatever they are, because we got to get eye to eye and toe to toe with these women. So we've got to get busy and get to work, because knowing in your mind, this is why these first Sunday, Monday, Tuesday words, serve, mindset, and timing, and work for Wednesday, that all brings us to a word that we know we have to have and bring into the picture here, and that is action. Because when we get our mind right, only our mind being right and our attitude being right, will our mouth start moving, our hands and our feet start moving and working. So we just have to know that we do have to work. So it's time for us to work our plan and make sure that you work your time and your calendar around what your life and your circumstances are, so that you can get and make things happen in your business. And I know that all of us have the mindset to work, and we know how to work. And we've been through some trying times over this past 6 months or so. And my Thursday word is something that we have not had a lot of, and that's trust. You know, we may have lost our trust in some ways, and just to face up to the fact that, you know, we kind of feel a little bit rejected by TruAura. And I don't want to bring those names of those companies up, but I don't trust that company anymore ever. In fact, I'm having a bonfire with all my TruAura. Anybody want to come bring yours to Baldwin? We'll have a big party. But what I wanted to say about that is, we do know that we can trust the Hughes. We know that they are trustworthy people, and we also know that we can trust God. And I gave Rick a little book when we were out in Dallas back in December, and it's a book about the prayer of Jabez. And I know many of you are Christians that are on this call, and you know what that book is all about, where Jabez asked God to increase his territory. And to think about that for your own business, I want you to trust in God to help him, to allow him to help you make good decisions and to move forward in your business. We trust our families, we trust our friends. Well, I believe strongly that we can trust Rick Heath and TruAura to be here for us. And we're not going to go away. We're going to grow together. And I just want you to have a great trust in our company and in your sister consultants that are here on the same team with you. Because there are many, many women out there that need us, and not anything that women like to do anymore that I know of than to be there when somebody is in need. And we're helpers and we are encouragers. So, and that brings me to the next word, which is the Friday word, is field. And, you know, the Bible says the field is white to harvest. Well, all these women that I've been telling you about that are out there that need us, they're everywhere around us. They're 5 miles from us. They're a mile from us. They're in a radius of 50 miles around us, or 100 miles, or ever how far you want to go. And we just know that, you know, when you have a field, then you have to plant in that field. I'm thinking about my dad, who was a farmer of only 40 acres. For all my life, I grew up on a farm. And then I married a farmer, and he had a 2,000-acre farm. But you know what? Both of those farmers, whether they were trying to do something small or doing something larger, they every day had a plan and a goal and a 1, 2, 3 to make something happen. So that is what we have to do, is know that, just know in our mind, women need me. If you can get that in your brain, that women need us, then you get over the hump and get rid of the elephant in the room, because you're rushing toward to help somebody that's in need. That's kind of how I have to set my brain to work to make things happen. And you can just do a better job of booking, selling, and recruiting when you know that you're doing it. The field is full of people out there for us, waiting on us. And my S word for Saturday is share. And that brings me to a challenge for all of us, and that is for us to look and try to ourselves make sure we each one have 4, and that we have recruited as first line, and then encourage everybody that you recruit to find 4, and then to find 4 TLC clients. If we do that by the end of February, if everybody will do that, then all of our businesses will grow. And you know the things to do. Prepare yourself with brochures, flyers, product samples, all the things that Laurie said. Get our parties or clinics or boutiques or whatever we're going to call them on our calendar and start working them. I've got a workshop myself set up for February the 22nd. And I'm really, really getting nervous about it. And I'm going to have to put all these words really good in my brain and heart because I'm really nervous. I haven't had a party in a little while. And so it's time for me to get busy with this myself to get our business going. I think a really good thing is not only will we have to learn, those of us like myself that don't know a lot about how to use social media, but I am excited about that, but I still do know that eye to eye and talking toe to toe with people is the best way to share. One thing we might do is for everybody, that every present client you have right now, if you will just tell her you have a gift for her when she sends you just one new client, that may turn a lot of new clients for you right there. Just make sure that you have a specific number that you're going to talk with every day, and teach all the people on your team the same thing. How many are you going to talk to today? How much are you going to sell today? How many are you going to sponsor today? We have been called to serve, and we are actually, women everywhere are waiting on us. And we know that the timing is right. We know we got our mind right. We got our timing. We know how to work, and we have a lot of faith and trust in not only the Lord, but in Rick and in our new company, TruAura. And so the thing we need to do is just work and get in the field and start sharing.
Very good. Thank you, Miss Betty. I wrote all those words down, and that was really good. I appreciate that. And the little picture I put up there, that's just us going about our everyday lives, and how there's, like what Miss Betty said, there's people out there that need us. And anyway, so I just want to recap for a few minutes. We have talked about product knowledge, getting our calendar full, the importance of TLC, and how everybody out there needs us. So now what we need to do is put this together in an action plan. And I want to share with you about the starter kit. Many of you on the call tonight have purchased your starter kit, and that's great, and we know it's going to ship on the 19th. And there's some that may be listening that are just thinking about it, and many that we've talked about that are thinking about it. And we are going to get free shipping through the midnight on the 18th while we're in pre-launch, and the price is $159. On the 19th, the free shipping goes away, and the cost of the starter kit is $199. But what we want to be careful about is not promote this as a good deal. Yes, if you are going to buy the starter kit, you're going to save some money if you go ahead and pre-order, but we only want people to sign up if it's somebody that is interested in doing something with it. Now, it doesn't mean they have to go out and set the world on fire, but if they want to pursue clients and making money, they definitely need the starter kit. And sometimes we just need to have a conversation with them to explain to them the difference in the starter kit and TLC, and just let them kind of decide what's going to work for them. Okay, so a couple other things I wanted to mention is, what is your next step? Where do you want to be? And to just kind of help you plan that out, I want to briefly, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to kind of point you guys to this slide in the middle, Gold Consultant. And if you have not reached this level yet, this is a really good place to be. It's basically 3 personal recruits, and the way that you're going to hit the the status by having the 3 active legs, but in order to, make it official and to get commission, you're going to need to have some totals. So PV is personal volume, and that can be anything you order, anything someone orders on your website, or like Jonya was talking earlier about the TLC clients, every order that they place, that's personal volume. 3 active customers, that's 3 people that order through the computer, whether it's TLC or whether they go on your computer and just order 1 eye cream. That's an active customer. 2,000 in downline volume is you and your recruits and anyone under them, counts as downline volume. And then an active leg is a leg that has, I believe it's 300 in personal volume, or $300 in volume in that leg. So that's a good. Somebody have a question? Okay, so that's a good place to be, and if you've already hit that, just go ahead and aim for executive manager, and we can go over all the details of that another time. But one thing I wanted to show you that I think is really neat is every level up that you go, you're going to get paid a bigger amount of commission, and you're going to get paid deeper. So when you hit gold consultant, see, senior consultant, you get 2% on your first level. Well, by the time you get to gold consultant, it's 6%, and then you're also making commission on the level underneath that. So by the time you hit executive manager, you're making commission 5 levels down. And I won't go into all this, but this is how, the more personal volume we have, the more commission we're going to make. So keep that in mind. So I wanted to talk for a minute about where is your focus. And I know whenever I was a brand new driver, and we probably all did this, you're looking at the road immediately in front of the car. Like you're looking 3 feet in front of the hood of the car when you're a brand new driver, and you're not focused on what's ahead. You're focused on what's right in front of you. And that's not the way we drive. When we drive, we train our eye to look down the road, and, you're naturally going to make the course corrections that you need to be in your lane without having to look like right in front of you. So I don't want us to kind of get overwhelmed or bogged down thinking, oh, how am I ever going to get 2,500 in personal volume, or how am I ever going to get, to whatever level. What I want you to remember is, like Jonya said, you eat that elephant one bite at a time. Every party that we do, every client that we get on the skincare, that's building that personal volume. Because it's consumable, they're going to continue to order, and the more clients that we add, the more our personal volume will grow. So are any of us going to hit 2,500 in personal volume the first 10 days of February? Chances are we aren't, but that doesn't mean we're not going to hit it soon. The more activities that we have and the more people that we talk to, that's going to help us to reach that. And another thing to keep in mind is, right now we do only have 7 products. So if they buy everything we have, they're going to spend about $300. But as the year goes on, we're going to add more products to that. So we will add makeup, and we will add bath and body items. So then we'll have more products for people to purchase. So it's going to be even easier down the road once we get the ball up and running, once we get our clients on the skincare, and once we have things on our calendar, then it's just going to continue to grow. So I want to have Dawn hop on here for just a few minutes and share kind of a recap. I'm glad she was able to join us tonight. Dawn, were you able to get back on?
I'm on.
Awesome.
Yes. Well, first of all, I just want to say this is what we all have been waiting on for 6 months. And this is an exciting time, and it is the time to get started. We are in the pre-launch. There are some benefits for the pre-launch. As you said, it's important to know whether or not they want to sell, or whether they should be a loyal consultant. And I think we have went over that really well. I want you to really focus with what Michael Ann just said about gold consultant, because that's going to be putting your structure into place, and all the other numbers will come through once we're able to sell and fill in the blanks. And second, I want you to know that in our previous company, I was a trainer for the company. It probably was my passion. And I want you to know that you have a value in what you have to offer, just like Betty was talking about. You're going to have to be able to teach people how to have clean, healthy skin, probiotics, prebiotics. And you're able to do this with small baby steps, instead of like Laurie was talking about, where we had over 400 products. You're going to be able to introduce the 7 core products where it doesn't overwhelm you, because we're all learning something new. Then the makeup will come out. Then the bath and body will come out. And you're going to be able to do this in steps that will gradually take you into what you need to do and not feel overwhelmed. When I was a trainer and I would, and y'all, I've just got scribbly notes written down here because I wasn't going to speak tonight, but there were some recaps that I thought were really important. When Betty was talking about who to start with, I used to have my consultants draw a circle on a map of how far they were really willing to drive to contact people. Then they're able to see, and it kind of jogs their memory of just acquaintances that they might could get in contact with. So if it was 30 minutes, they could look on that map and know who that they needed to talk to. Because if not, we tend to forget who is in. We only want to talk to who we're comfortable with. And if we can make this map, we're able to see our acquaintances too. And when you have you see the value in what you have to offer, it's easy to make that connection with them. I also say when you get your 7 products, take your favorite 4 on your paper route. Okay, your paper route is what you do every day, where you're going to be. We're busy women, and we're still busy even though we're in a new company. So if we're at ball games, or if we're out with our other job and we have a lunch break or whatever, talk about those 4 products, and that will help to increase your sales. The number one thing I taught new consultants when they joined our company was to plan their calendar, because if not, we do tend to put things off and we see ourselves as too busy. So always take your 30-day calendar, write in what's personal for you, if it's your work or your church, or if it's your children, or you've got doctor's appointments, fill that in. And you're going to need to separate that into halves in your day, your morning and your night, because you may have some time in the morning to work your business where you don't at that nighttime, but the next day it may be vice versa. And when you fill that in, you're able to see that you actually do have time to be able to do the business. Number 6, plan your 30-second commercial. Laurie gave you some words to say about what she would say. I've got some new products. I'd really like for you to try them. Want to come practice on you and see what you think. And that is something that can help you be comfortable when you're making that connection. When I was a trainer, I would ask the attendees, if I can give you the words to say and you be confident, would you be willing to talk to others about this great opportunity? Whether the opportunity is to sell them healthy products or the opportunity for them to make more money. When they said yes, we wrote a 30-second commercial, and I had them write it. And I think some of your best information when you're going to come up with your 30-second commercial is to know a little bit about the products. You don't have to know everything. I never knew ingredients in our previous company. I just needed to know 2 or 3 things that when I said something, it was confident for me. And you can get that off of Gary's blog, and then able to close the deal, which is, I have a couple of dates open. Would you be willing to help me out? If you don't get that last sentence in there, then you've kind of just had a conversation with somebody. So if you want to build, then make sure that you ask for the sale, or ask for the booking. And then after you show them the products, ask for the sale. But I think you can get a lot of information off of what we had here. Go back and listen to tonight, and then watch Gary's blogs, because I believe if you're comfortable in the products, you'll be comfortable in everything else that you want to set as your goals. So I think we're onward and upward. The previous company for me is behind me, and I'm ready to shoot forward with TruAura. We have a great team with Michael Ann. I want to thank her for help guiding my team with Betty Steward, with Betty Hughes. I am honored to be on a team with such godly, loving women that truly give their hearts to everybody that they come in contact with. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dawn. I'm so glad you were able to be on with us tonight. I do want to show you the back office quickly. Before I do, I want to give you all a high five for being on. Woohoo! Whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching the recording. But I did want to kind of show you where to go to get into the resource library. Y'all can still see my screen? You're going to log in, and when you go to resources, there's going to be a drop-down menu, and you'll see resource library. And I know someone was asking about flyers in the back office. One flyer that I do know they have is an order form. So it's down here somewhere. Y'all can pull all of this up. There are videos. There are, I don't know, it's a flyer, but it's like about the product. It's not necessarily like an advertisement, but it's more like information. The sales receipt, we can print that and take it with us to parties. So we've already got order forms. I haven't even had a chance to go through and look at all of this that's here. I'm just showing you that's where you get to it, because when you log in, you just go to resources and then resource library, and that's going to be where you're going to get all your information. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to stop the recording, and if anybody has questions, y'all can stay on.